Hey everybody, Jonathan Cummings here from The Troubadour's Journey. What's new and exciting? Today, I'm not going to add any fluff or anything to this video. This is video number 3 in the series, so we've already learned everything that's leading up to this. All I want this video to be is a very clear and concise way on exactly how to use this tool. And instead of telling you how to do it, I'm going to show you how to do it so that you can be armed to utilize this technology for yourself. We're going to do that right here on The Troubadour's Journey. I'll see you in 15 seconds.
Don't you die with your songs telling you just sing with me.
So just like animals have stimulus and response, we do too. And we've talked about how we don't have to have and we can opt out of that. But here's how to kind of re-engineer things, if you will, so that we're using it to our advantage, okay? I have a particular sound. It's a particular sound that I use that I have ready on my iPhone. And it takes me 2 seconds to open up iTunes and hit that song. It's at the very top of my list. And what I have done is I have literally taken this song and linked it up in my system, in my heart and in my mind and in my soul and in my spirit, in all four, to create feelings of absolute possibility and power and feelings like I can do anything. Okay? So whenever I say, oh man, I'm never going to do this, or how am I going to do this, or, you know, this is not happening, I open up that phone immediately and I play this song. Now, some of you might recognize this song. This is the opening theme song to Survivor, which is one of my favorite shows. It is a theme song where 16 people are stranded on some remote place in the world. They're not given any food. They have the clothing that's on their back, and they have to survive 39 days in the wilderness. And they go through struggles, they go through challenges, and the winner wins $1 million. The last survivor standing wins $1 million. It is, in my opinion, one of the greatest reality shows ever made. But this song is the one that does it to me. Now, how does it do that? The way that it does that is, back in the day, when I used the alarm clock, for example, here's what I did. I took that alarm clock that I talked about on the last video, and I knew that when that sound went off, it caused negative feelings to go off in me. So what I did was I remembered a time in my life when I was at the absolute pinnacle of achievement. And for me at that time, I only had one reference. I had a thing in 1991, I believe, where I won first place in a singing competition. It was a national singing competition, and I won first place out of 3,000 competitors. And the last big part of the contest, after we did all of the contest that led up to that, the finals, the semifinals, and so on, the last big finale with the final 10 performers was done at the Wilshire Ebell Theater in downtown Los Angeles. The judges of the competition were these remarkable people from all kinds of different, they were celebrities from different record companies and TV shows and stuff. The people that I were performing against were just fantastic. I was scared to death. I had something specific I had to overcome in order to even perform there, which I will talk about in another video. But the day that I sung those 2 songs, which is the last part, was you sang 2 songs, one ballad, one upbeat song, and then they announced the winner. That day that I won that contest, for me, that was at the pinnacle of my life. Now, I've done much greater things than that to this day, but back in those days, that was all I had to hang on. One event. A lot of people have a lot of events where they've achieved this, or they've achieved that, or they've done that. It doesn't have to be big things. All that matters is it has to be something that made you feel incredible. So what I did was I took that old alarm clock and I stood up in my room. You really need to be standing up to do this. It's hard to show you when I'm sitting down. And you've got to play in your mind like a movie that event There I am backstage. I'm nervous. They call me out. I walk out on the stage. I'm looking at the audience. The house is completely sold out. The judges are there at the judging station. I look at the piano player who was the leader of the band leader. He starts the song and I start singing the song. I remember singing the first song. I felt really good. The audience was great. I sang the second song. The audience was on their feet. I mean, it was amazing. And then I got done with that song. I was the last performer to perform. They lined us all up on the stage, and then they announced the third place winner. They announced the second place winner, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even going to place in this thing. And then they said, the winner of the 1999 Stardom Pursuit competition, Jonathan Cummings. And at that moment, I felt incredible. Now I'm taking that alarm clock and I'm playing that sound on my old alarm clock. So what I'm doing here is I'm literally linking that sound to a time when I felt great. Now, like I said, at the time, I didn't have any other references. I had a few where I won a bunch of contests with my local band back when I was in high school and different things. But all I had was this one major accomplishment. So what did I do? The next time I played it through my mind, instead of watching it from my own perspective, I was watching it happen as if I was watching it from outside my body. And I played that whole thing again through my mind. And again, as soon as they announced my name, I hit the sound on that old alarm clock, linking it to the emotions that I was feeling at the moment. I must have did this that day for about 20 times. I saw myself from an audience perspective. I saw myself from someone standing backstage. All of this playing out in my mind, but all of this feeling the emotions that I was feeling at the absolute climax of that event, and linking it to the sound of the phone. Well, needless to say, the next day, Monday morning, when my alarm went off and it was time for me to go to my job that I didn't like, the sound of that alarm made me feel pretty good because I had created a connection. Okay? We're doing the same thing. I've done the same thing with the theme song for the Survivor series. Whenever I feel like man, this is, where do I go from here? What do I do now? How do I get to this thing? I hit my button and I play that song and I stand up. It's very important to get yourself physiologically involved. Standing up and making your own kind of power moves while this is going on and picturing, the things in your head that you want to picture is how you really make this thing happen. So what you want to do is you want to find a piece of music or a ringtone or a unique sound that you have nothing connected to. In other words, when you listen to it, it doesn't make you feel bad. It doesn't make you feel good, but it sounds a bit majestic or powerful. Now, you may already have a song that makes you feel that way. If that's the case, use that. Use that. And what you want to do is you want to take a time in your life when you felt absolutely that you had really crushed it, man. Like you had, and it doesn't have to be something huge. It can be one day at the office when you won Employee of the Month. Or it could be something that you did with your kids when they were like, yeah, Mom, yeah, you go, girl, or whatever. It can be anything like that you can play in your mind, standing up and pacing and putting yourself in the place of those memories. And then when you get to the height of that event or the climax of that movie, play that song. Play that song. For me, it's the theme for Survivor. That's my song. That's what makes me feel great. Makes me feel like, oh man, if these guys on Survivor can accomplish all this, I can accomplish anything, So, and then do it again. Think of another time when you had something incredible. And a lot of this, guys, is really basic Tony Robbins 101 here. But what I want to do is I want to actually show you how it's done. I'm telling you how I've done it in my life. And I want you to figure out how to do it in your life. The technology is a lot better today since Tony Robbins created his, flagship program. Not that that flagship program is not really, really one of the things that you should go out and buy and listen to, because it's great. But I'm telling you, the technology is here now where we can do this a lot better. You have the power in the palm of your hand to create any sound that you want, any unique anchor or trigger that you want, and cause it to make you feel feelings of greatness. Anytime you're feeling a little self-doubt, anytime that you're thinking of the thing that you want to accomplish and you're having those feelings like, I'll never be able to do this. Why in the world did I think that I could accomplish something like this? Yeah, right? Now I can feel it. I can accomplish this. I can make these things happen, right? You have to choose your song, or you can choose the theme for Survivor if you want to. It doesn't matter. It's personal to you. You can choose whatever you want. Wouldn't it be great to travel through life on your journey and have your own soundtrack? Your life is a journey. Your story is a movie. The things that you go through in life, the bad times, the good times, the ups and the downs, this is all a part of your unique journey. And the main thing that you want to do is you don't want life to happen to you. You want to happen to life. You want to make the decisions in your life that are going to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. That's what the Troubadour's Journey is about. And this is only one of the tools that I'm telling you about. And I'm actually teaching you this tool before we've even gotten into the study of neurolinguistic programming yet. I mean, this is just one little tip of the iceberg here. But your story is amazing, right? If you're at your absolute low point now, this is that part of the story where it looks like the dragon has won. The hero's laying on his back. His sword has been lost over the edge of the cliff. And it looks like all is lost. But then the hero arises. And the hero goes off and finds magic words or a magic spell or maybe a discussion with some guru and learns, oh, that's how you defeat the dragon. And with this newly acquired magic and this newly acquired knowledge and this newly acquired way of thinking about life and love and all of the things that we humans have, now the hero goes back and fights the dragon for the last time and wins. That's this story. It's every human story. If you've studied Joseph Campbell, it's the what they call the hero's arc in every story. And it's because it's all of our lives. Sometimes the arc is very small, sometimes the arc is bigger. And what I'm trying to suggest to you is you can create your own destiny. Yes, you can use little tools like I've been using here, but you can create your own destiny. So I hope this has been enlightening. If it has, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be delving in on something new next week. But this is it. This is your journey. This is your life. And remember, don't die with your song still in you.
Don't you die with your song